I was a simple peasant who survived thanks to the hard work and sleepless nights. I dreamt of designing clothes worthy of a god, but, well, peasants don't seem to be allowed to have dreams that big, or dreams at all. Just like you, my daughter, I had a sharp intuition and saw myself as a more superior person, as if I was supposed to be standing somewhere higher. And I did. One day when I was on my way to ask the god of rice for more for a good year, some monks were discussing issues regarding a shortage in food. I intervened, making those men look like fools. Time passed, and I became a priestess not long after. I quit helping those people and decided to create my own cult, the Wisdom Saint cult. I was the wise saint, leader of the cult. I held the knowledge and answers for every question and problem. No man could ever think of something without me already being 2 steps ahead. On an autumn night, during my nightly praying session, I had a revelation from the gods. A child, who was sent by the gods, would be born from me. They said that the child would not cry once born, but it would bless the earth and bloom favorite flowers around it. Joy overtook me. After all the shame I've been through, the gods would bless me like no other. I married that man who lives in our house now, who gave birth to a kid who, although would later become the strongest and smartest boy, he wasn't you. He wasn't the child I was waiting for. When you were born, said flowers grew all around the house. Crickets sang loudly, and they were nothing but peace. You were indeed blessed by the gods. You were intelligent, bright, well-mannered, and of course, had a stronger connection to the Shinto gods and Buddha's itself, more than any monk or priest that has ever been on this land. Unaudible. Sister? You never had a sister. That woman is nothing but a blasphemy to this world and a shame to our name. Unaudible. Oh, your brother? He will become a samurai, or whatever that scum of a man that you shan't call father can make him. I have no interest on that man nor your brother. You're the one the gods sent to enlighten these fools that cannot understand how this world works in the slightest. There's no need to put him on trial, a man claimed with a strong voice. Protecting a demon is against the rules. Let's have him execute right now. I opened my eyes and a motionless expression dawned on my face. At last, I distract myself again. Just you see, a tall man with tied-up hair said, nearly posing, I shall kill this boy flamboyantly. His girlfriend will surely grieve for many years if he dies. How sad. A pink-haired girl said sadly, gasping even. What will we do with the girl over there? That one with the kid? The guy spoke. He was resting over a tree branch, as if a snake. He even had a snake slither around his shoulders. She allows her brother to be a part of the deadly organization, such as this one. Luckily, the kid is still alive, but not many are as lucky as him. She should be punished for as well. Poor child, so young and innocent. He doesn't understand this world at all. I feel sorry for him. A tall, sturdy man said, tears streaming from his blank eyes. Amu Emen Busta. I think I said that was right. How dares this impudent girl fight demons and let that kid follow her around? How imprecedent, the man with yellow and red hair said with a loud tone. His small smile was still present. I chose to join the Demon Slayer course. Leave Haru alone, Kayaka said, suddenly standing up. I know what can happen to me if I'm not careful enough. And it's a responsibility. No, an aberration I have accepted. You're idiots. Kayaka, I said, raising my voice. Kayaka and everyone else seemed to stood still and stare at me. Everyone was quiet. Be respectful. These are your superiors. Once the time comes when we are allowed to respond to our actions, we shall speak. Sorry. Kayaka knelt down next to me and said no more words. Regarding the boy and his demon sister, the white-haired guy cleared his throat, breaking the tense tone. We should wait for Okita-sama and discuss what to do, Tokuda said. He was quiet, far from the rest. Shinagawa, please put the box down, a kabushi yelled, running after the white-haired male with dozens of scars on his face. Otto, that's... Don't intervene, I quickly said. Do you really think we're going to believe that kid's shitty excuse? Shinagawa said. Such vulgar language. Was he also raised by the wilderness? Nonetheless, he continued. Demons aren't nice and friendly. He aimed his sword at the wooden box menacingly. Haru! Kayako widened his eyes. There was a thud, the sound of metal cracking and bending. Shinagawa's sword broke. What the fuck? He growled, looking at his chipped sword. Those who are protected under the god's hand shall be free from all harm. I say nonchalantly. His head then snapped at me. I simply looked at him. You! This is your doing. Me? How could I reach you? Break your sword and go sit back here, I said, unmused tone. Would you like to use my sword instead? Cut that bullshit. Shinagawa growled harshly, giving the box to one of the kabushis that were present, obeyed, then walking towards me. You should usually use your god shit to break my sword. Perhaps your sword was already weak. I moved, nor I showed a simple expression. Please do refrain from speaking such blasphemy manner. You are cursing quite a commotion amongst your fellow demon slayers. Do I look like I give a care? He sneered, tilting closer towards me. I could hear Tanjiro grit his teeth angrily. Do I look like someone who likes having their private space intervene? Step back, I glared. Before he could yell at me again, an overwhelming peace engulfed me. It was a peace more wonderful than the one that Tanjiro interdicts. It wasn't a feeling that crushes you and takes away your breath and awe, but one where you feel like it's a beautifulness dream. It's a swift move. I faced the house and knelt my head against the ground. My legs shook, overpowered with such aura. Kneel, I whispered shakily at Kayaka, who obeyed in a disorganized fashion. Okita-sama has arrived. Two voices spoke at the same time. My chest felt tight as a feeling close to anxiety made me press myself against the ground more. We are rejoiced to see you reunited here with us, Shinagawa said. Why wasn't he this well-mannered before? You thought. We all pray for you to be always brimming with life, happiness, and health. Thank you, Shinagawa-sama. Shinagawa, sorry. I heard a calm voice say. It was soft and distant kindness. It clenched my heart, nearly making me cry. Dear Hano, why are you kneeling? I should be the one kneeling in front of you, for you have been blessed by the gods. Let your nephew stand on his feet, too. I raised my head, seeing the man with an awful lilac scar over-covering half of his face. How could he relate such wonderful tranquility with such an horrific scar? Most fall into despair with even the slightest of cuts. We apologize deeply for the inconvenience, I say, standing up with trembling legs. Kayaka helped me hesitantly. My name is Kayaka, but please do call me Okita. He smiled oh so lightly. We are here to discuss some things about Komodo Tanjo and Kayaka Kabuko. Nothing is to worry about. Just to clarify, you are also here since Kayaka is still a child. Yes, Okita-sama, I said. We were aware of your personal background, so are we of Kayaka's. Okita-sama spoke. A week after the selection, Koko told us that Kayaka had still trained until he could reach a more mature age. Is that correct? Indeed, I replied with a nod. Not long ago now, he was sent a letter by your captivator Kasa Mutsatabaru, which states that Kayaka, due to personal reasons, is now allowed to fight demons, he continued. Although he is a child, he has already moved to rank 9, a rank below you. He might not be specialized in swordsmanship, but just like Shinobu, Kayaka is able to fight in a more suitable and effective manner. I glanced at Kayaka with a soft and proud smile. His eyes gleamed back at me. He would surely brag about this to Inosuke. However, Kayaka-sama said, I know that you, more than just a legal guardian to Kayaka, are always looking out for his safety. We offer you an alternate solution to this issue. Shinobu. Here, the butterfly pillar said with a soft tone, raising her hand. She looked at me. Kayaka's medicine and poison has proven to be unique and more effective than most. He is a very smart child, and I am willing to shelter him in my estate. Kayaka will be safe from demons, and you won't have to worry about him anymore. What do you say? I looked at nothing, frozen in place. If I say yes, I'll be locking Kayaka's freedom away. I will be no different than my mother. His adventures with Inosuke and me will come to an end. And if I say no, Kayaka will be exposed to all sorts of demons. One day, he might never return. I'm looking out for his safety, but also his self. I want him to be happy, to live every second without waste nor regrets. I soon looked at Shinobu. I accept. Kayaka cut me off. I looked at the black-haired boy, bewilderment. Kayaka, as I said before, I joined the demon-slaying course by my own will, meaning I'm responsible for my actions, Kayaka continued, looking at Shinobu and the rest of the pillars. But as a kid, I should know my own limits. There are many things I can't do at my age, even if I really try hard to. Killing demons in the front lines isn't suited for me. Kaya looked at me. I've always been better at other things, without realizing it. A soft silence resigns over us. I look at Kayaka. He had his hands fisted, and his jaw was clenched. He looked like he was about to cry. Very well then, Okita-sama hummed. Yin Hana'a, do you agree to what Kayaka Kudoku has chosen? I agree, Okita-sama, I said, holding Kayaka's hands. If you excuse me, Hanoa-chan. Shinobu smiled, extending her hand at Kayaka, who slowly grabbed her hand, and both of them then walked away. Before they were gone, she turned her head back to me and waved. You can come visit him whenever you feel like it, Hanoa-chan. Don't worry. I stayed during Tanjiro's trial. Pardon me, I said trial, right? More like theatrical actual showdown. Shinagawa challenged Nezuko to prove if she really did not eat humans. Of course, Nezuko won in her favor. I will not apologize if I dare say that I wish deep in my heart that barbarian looked like a fool in front of everyone's eyes. Tokita-san, Tanjiro, myself, and even both male captivators swore to commit seppuku, or would murder themselves, if Nezuko ever dared kill or eat a human. Of course, she would die first, and then ourselves. Since Tanjiro was still quite injured, he was taken to Shinobu-san's estate, the butterfly estate. I wanted to check on Tanjiro, Kayaka, and the others, so I decided to also head there. Would you like us to carry there, Hanoa-san? A kabushiki said, looking at you. No, thank you. I can walk there. I bowed. And please do call me Yin. We are on the same level from now on. Yes, the Kazuki nodded with a small bow and left. Well then, time for my leave, I said to myself. You, over there. Someone called out of course. I turned around to see who it was. Oh, shit. I said it. Okay, never mind. It was a boy with long black and blue hair. His eyes were glassy blue, and although he was shorter than me, he seemed quite grown up. Do you need something? I asked. He then looked at me before lightly fixating his gaze to the sun. Not the sun, to the sky. I forgot, he bluntly said. Hi, you're a special one. I laughed lightly. Wasn't he a charming one? His surprised expression soon silenced me. I quickly bowed. Pardon me. It's okay. He hummed, looking at the sky once again. After a few seconds of awkward silence, I decided to finally leave. Wait, he called. I stopped walking and glanced at him. He looked at the ground sheepishly, or so I guess. His monotone expression makes it hard for me to guess what he's feeling. Your name? I smiled lightly. Yin. Pleased to meet you. Michiro Tokuta. He replied. Well, Michiro Tokuta. I waved my hand as farewell. I do hope we see each other soon. Second person, POV. As soon as you left, the pillars began discussing about Tanjo and, mostly you. These new kids are surely a hassle to handle, huh? The red and orange-eyed male nodded. And to believe that young Hano has ranked 7 so easily. That kid ticks me off. A man with striped hair said. She thinks she's so high and mighty. I mean, she has the gods on her side, doesn't she? Tokita, Giyu, said from afar. Everything, and even herself, is to be perfect. She looks just like a goddess. A pink and green-haired smiled, clasping her hands together. Killing demons with the help of gods? Such a flamboyant way to fight. A tall, white-haired man said, making a small yet fashionable pose. Being cute or a saint won't protect her from harm, you idiots. Shinagawa scoffed. Just because her boyfriend found Muzan and she defeated a lower moon. Damn, she's such a nuisance. She is strong and dependable, nonetheless. The blind man said, placing a hand on top of Shinagawa's right shoulder. She made it this far and acts according to what she sees as right. Shinagawa ticked before walking away. Well, we all have our missions to take care of, one of the pillars said before also walking away. Everyone else followed. Yin, Michio hummed with a small smile and a faint blush while looking at the clear sky. I won't forget her name.